We're about to get one.
I know.
What, Trader Joe's?
Oh,
We're going to
I'm
get
really
Trader Joe's in
excited
New
about
Orleans.
that.
Yeah, on Veterans. I mean,
Really?
I don't
Well,
consider that New Orleans.
Not
but
really New Orleans.
Next
but
month.
Everyone's so up on how great is it really?
Oh, the snacks are amazing.
Really?
There's things in life you shouldn't go cheap on. Sushi, toilet paper, snacks, prostitutes.
Okay. Are they linked in any way, those things?
If they're good, they're really good.
When's the last time you went to a prostitute?
Oh, when I was in Amsterdam, I offered to pay for my friend to go see a prostitute because it's quite amazing. You know, they stand in the doorways. This was years ago. This was 2003, I think. Oh God, I'm so old. And I was like, hey, I will pay for you to go because that girl she's beautiful. You don't even have to have sex with her. Just go in there and talk to her. And he was very shy because I thought it'd be strange if I went. And then we went and we ate some mushrooms because you know that's what you do when you're in Amsterdam. And then we came back and then we were gonna go, but then we saw a very unattractive man leaving that area where she was, and then he just couldn't get that image out of his mind. So
That
You
other
wanna be
guy.
the next guy.
yeah, so I don't know.
They need to have a back door, like when you go to the
They
psychiatrist.
They totally need to have. Yeah.
So you never did actually go to a prostitute. You've never been to.
No, I've never been to a prostitute.
Right.
I think prostitution should be legalized, though. I think there's nothing wrong with it.
It is in some places.
Right. I mean, but here in New Orleans, I think it should be. I think it should be everywhere, honestly.
I don't think anyone has a great appetite for legalizing prostitution. Yeah, they do. Nobody cares. Unless you started some sort of movement.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think there was a little bit when they had the Canal Street Madam and all that stuff went down. You know, I think that at that point there was a little bit more of a spotlight on it. I just think in general that, you know, by keeping prostitution illegal, it really is harmful for women. You know, it really is denying them some of the rights that they should have, basically.
But on that note, David Vitter would be our governor right now.
Yeah, that's true.
If it wasn't for prostitution being illegal.
You have a
That's
point.
true.
You have a point.
So that's the upside.
Touche.
That's the upside of illegal prostitution right there.
I'll take that for right
We
now.
have John Bel Edwards. He seems to be doing a pretty good job, this guy.
Yeah, he was with Obama yesterday.
Yeah. Have you ever heard?
Well, so was Vitter.
Was he real? Is he still a senator?
Vitter, Kennedy, all of them together.
I just heard John Bel Edwards speak for the first time. I've never heard him speak before until today. Have you ever heard him speak? The
I
governor?
don't believe I have.
Have you heard him, John?
I've watched all the press conferences from all the
From the flooding.
flooding.
Me too, that's how I
before
heard
that, you know, when they had the shootings in Baton Rouge.
Right.
I think he's handled all that stuff better than any government has had in the last 20 years.
Yeah. He's the real deal. Have you heard him? He's got an
Yeah,
incredible accent.
what he does that most people. I'm a Democrat, but most Democrats when they talk they're kind of pussies, and he talks like a Republican, so he can demand respect and control,
Right.
and still be a Democrat and think very.
Well, he's a
liberal.
military guy, right?
Right.
So he was like a Marine or something,
Yeah.
which is unusual.
Maybe he was beaten by the same brothers.
I'm sure.
That
he was.
could have been.
Possible,
Yeah. So you're not fucked up by that at all, right?
Not at
You
all.
got no issues.
Tell us about your issues. I need to feel better about myself. Jesus Christ, he's 34 and he's done everything. Did you run a
35.
triathlon? Have you run a triathlon?
I've done
Several,
many of
right?
them.
Yeah, of course.
Mini triathlons. I've got more here I could be going on with if you'd like to.
I'm an Ironman.
That's
You know
next.
my cousin? Woody Gray.
He lives in Baton Rouge.
No, he lives here. He does
How many?
all that.
He does Ironman too. I said it must be a pretty small family of
Very
Ironman
small,
competitors
very
in New Orleans, especially.
Right.
You're down to 3 people. You and Woody Grow and the other guy.
My uncle's an Ironman.
My neighbor's an Ironman.
Yeah.
What's your uncle's name?
There's 4.
Henry Poynott, he owns Big Fisherman Seafood on Magazine
Ah, that
Street.
is a great place. Okay, now we're on to tattoos. What's on your arm?
So I got a bunch of stuff. We got,
Lonely.
I have
Miss Lonely Heart.
Miss Lonely Hearts tattoo. That's a book by Nathaniel List about a gentleman who writes an advice column called Miss Lonely Hearts. It's really satire and depressing, so I really like kind of my life.
Your life is satirical and depressing. I don't think so.
Not at all, actually. And then this one is just a clock. This is
a clock
based
with
on
a sort of a smiley.
a Mark Ryden drawing that he's done. And when my son was little, the first phrase he would say is tick-tock. He'd run around because he loved clocks, so I got that one.
Hey, that's interesting. The first thing he said is tick-tock.
Yeah.
Why would he say? How would you know a clock goes tick-tock?
I don't know. He's very, very smart. Wilder will be 3 in October, and he already knows all 50 states and their capitals. He knows 30 countries and their capitals. The kid's very, very, very intelligent.
At 3.
He's not even 3.
Not even 3, and he knows.
When he was 18 months, he knew all his alphabet. My friends hate me because I post videos to Facebook, and they're like, "My kid's retarded compared to your child," which I
Yeah,
probably
that's
shouldn't say
bad.
that word, but.
No, Facebook's okay. Why are you carrying the money marked around in a plastic bag, a guy with your standing? Doesn't Lululemon have a wallet?
So I was in Vancouver and I was running around the town, running up mountains and stuff, and it's waterproof.
So you keep all your money and business cards in a see-through Ziploc plastic bag. That's
So-
very eccentric. On the table.
My mom's Sicilian. It used to be like an old like women's rubber band,
Okay.
and I have a wallet. Just I go through phases.
How much money you got in there? How much cash do you carry? Where's your credit cards in here too?
Yeah.
Look at that. Venture, Visa, Capital One. Holy crap.
How many points do you have?
A lot.
Enough to bring me to Europe next year. I've been saving them.
Yeah, good idea. John, when you were taking off on tour next, what are you doing? You have a new record out.
I have a new record that comes out Friday.
This week.
August 26th. Yeah.
Oh my God. So if you listen to this anytime after Friday, August 26, 2016, it's out. And it's called River on Fire. Rivers, plural, on fire.
Rivers on Fire.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Been writing for it the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Finished it in April, May, kind of been sitting on it, trying to get all this business stuff lined up. And it's finally here.
Wow, congratulations. That's a big, big, big deal.
It's a big deal.
That's a lot of work
My
that's
life
gone
been on
into this.
hold for a while. So,
Yeah.
now that it's out, I started getting some reviews. Reviews have been positive. Listen to it and liking it. So.
Well, that's encouraging. Yeah. So if you don't know who we're talking about, John Papa Grow, what do people call you, Papa or John? Or I call you John.
Well, they call me lots of things.
Yeah.
But on the street, I get Papa a lot. In the bars, I get Papa a lot.
Right.
John is fine.
What does your wife call you?
She calls me John and Dave.
Babe. Okay, I'm going to go with Babe.
Yeah, all right, Dave.
Okay, Babe. So why don't we take a listen to something off the record?
Yeah, it'd be great.
What should we listen to?
Let's go with the title track, number 2. Rivers on
Is it
Fire.
called Rivers on Fire?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wrote this about a year ago, right during the 10th anniversary of Dream. And just kind of thinking about like Fred Street, right here on Fred Street. What a great thing that's been. Doesn't get all the positive things don't get enough attention. This song's kind of about that.
Okay, check it out.
There we go.
Does that sound okay?
It's not loud, but yeah, it's not fun there. Okay. You know Chris?
He was my prefect for 2 years at
Same
Stanford.
class. Same class together.
Yes. Nice. How you like it? How many times you heard that? Are you sick of it? What do you think when you hear
No,
it?
I'm not sick of it.
You still liking it?
I'm still like,
How cool.
yeah.
I like it too. I like it. Hey, what are you playing? You're playing the piano on there.
The piano, the organ, and singing, and all the music, arrange everything.
And who's playing that cool sort of funky guitar with?
It's amazing, massive.
Brian Stoltz from the Meters.
Some of the funky meters with Neville Brothers.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Ronstadt, Neville, Bob Dylan.
Oh, shit, you play with Bob Dylan?
Yeah, there's a Mercy record.
Real? Wow. And that's the one he made here?
Yeah, one of them.
And who else is on that?
Russ Broussard playing drums from married to Susan Calcill with Calcill. And then Eric Voelker is on bass. Mike Dillon on percussion. And the ladies being singing is Eric Falls, the singer of Galactic. And Shelly Joseph, who was taking the bass.
Wow, you had a lot of pretty good people on there. So your band was called Papa Grows Funk.
Right.
Back in the day when you were playing at the Maple Leaf for like, I don't know, like 10, 12 years.
12 years later, 1 year.
Wow, so that's 13 years that band was together. So now what are you going to do when you're going to go back out on the road, I guess?
We started going on the road already. We were on the road.
Same guys, you got the band back
We're
together?
not Papa Grows Funk. It's John Papa Grows. So all different guys.
Okay.
Almost started from scratch again.
So you have to train up a whole bunch of new guys, or is everyone just got it in their DNA?
Rehearsal, I came from rehearsal today. So rehearsal time away from here. Just left rehearsal to come here.
Wow. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, it's fun, like working on new music. The guys are excited about it. It's a fresh start.
It sure is. So how does it work? Do you have to book a tour? Do you have a booking agent do all that crap for you?
Well, I want to go to Houston. I'm going out west. So line it up. So got to book
So you got a setup. You got a bunch of people. You don't have to do all this.
I don't have to do it. I mean, I'm heavily involved.
You got to keep on top of it.
It's my business.
Yeah. So what's the plan? The plan is to go west from here to Houston and then.
Well, it's my immediate plan is just to go play all the places Papa Grows Funk was successful at, and all the places that have a strong fan base from New Orleans. Like New York City,
Right.
Baltimore, D.C. is a hotbed, South Florida is a hotbed, Chicago, a hotbed, San Francisco. There's really big pockets of New Orleans fans that Papa Grows Funk did really well at, and they know me, so I'm trying to hit those places first. Got the radio promoters sending the record out right now. Just started this week.
How does that work now?
Really don't know. You pay them a lot of money and they're supposed to make you famous.
But what is radio now? What radio station would?
Well, that's the thing. It's the company that we hired. Their job is to get it to AAA format. It's not commercial.
Okay.
So anything that's not clear channel stations, NPR stations, WWOZs,
Right.
other community radio stations,
Right. So you go that
college
way.
radio stations.
So they have guys that work those stations.
They have guys that work those stations.
Okay. And what do you pay? What do they get paid when you say they get paid a lot of money? 'Cause
It's like, they start around $1,500 a month for $5,000-$6,000.
that much.
Now,
And can they make you that money back? Obviously, that's the plan, right?
let's talk in
But no one-
let's talk in 3 months.
Yeah. Because
I don't know.
nobody's buying records anymore.
We're not. They're still listening to music. That's the whole thing. People are still listening to music. And music's still embedded in everybody's fabric.
Yeah, right. But we're stealing it.
You're stealing, you're not making nearly the songs, you're not nearly making enough money from it. So the whole model is changing. But you still come to see live music. You still want to buy a CD or a t-shirt every
Right.
show.
So
There's
you
still
got
avenues to make money.
so you got to get it on the radio for the marketing
When people,
purposes.
if
Right,
people
right,
like
right.
it, they will come.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of the things. It's got to be good. It's got to be good on the record. It's got to be good when you show up live. You can't show up half-assed.
Right.
So you're trying to just do it so we're high level, so when people come, you know, we play a place, 50 people show up. Next time we play that place, maybe 250 people show up. Next time maybe 500. You know, and that's how we play. That's starting from scratch.
So, but people used to have know your name. It's just a name
That's
recognition.
right. Branding. That's more branding.
Branding, right? Okay. And you have to go out and do appearances, and you go to radio stations still and do all that sort of.
You know, maybe I got to go home and do a bunch of station actors.
What do you have to say?
Like John Papa Grove from New Orleans, you listen to Omaha KX3 across the country before we started putting in media rotation.
Okay. So you got an email and you didn't actually look at it to see how it's going.
Straight out. I got you need to get down to Wayfair right away. I'm on my way. Okay. So I don't know how many times I had to.
Well, you can check your email right now. I'd love to know. Have a look. Let's see. Let's see how many stations are playing.
Let's see what we got.
Rivers on Fire. Yeah. This is a breaking news.
I really don't know.
Well, let's hope it's good news. Otherwise, we're going to have to console them. Okay, what are we going to say if it's not good? Ah, who cares about radio?
We're added in Williamsburg, Virginia, Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Okay.
We're playing in Minneapolis, Tampa, Boulder, Colorado, Forest Grove, Oregon, Melbourne, Florida, Alaska, Pennsylvania, Colorado. We're in a regular rotation in Fresno, California. I guess as the internet radio station, Radio Free America,
Well, I've got to say congratulations, wouldn't you, on that? I mean, that's pretty good for day one.
That's,
Nice job.
That's the first week.
Because first week you've been added to like 20, 30 stations.
Number 268 on the Americana radio chart.
Okay.
Hopefully that changes.
So you come in at,
It goes up.
you come in at 268. Okay, so that's pretty impressive actually to be added to all those stations
That's in
for
the
a
first
brand
week.
new record.
That's like the first 5 6
Yeah. Well, congratulations. So that guy just earned his couple of $1,000 there. Record plugger guy. How cool. Hey, listen, talking about commercial messages, I have to just tell you about Uber. Do you know about Uber, you guys?
I
Do you have the Uber app?
I don't.
You don't? Oh, God.
Just learned about it and I butchered it.
Do you have the app?
I have actually, I've done it twice and I butchered it both times.
How could you fuck up Uber? You just pushed the...
Well, I pushed it, I didn't know I booked him and I canceled it and I booked him again. I canceled it, I booked him in, I canceled it and he called me like, do you want me to come and get you or what? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So he showed up, everything was great.
Did you figure it out?
I don't know, still don't know what I'm doing. But it was a great service, I can tell you that.
Well, here, Mark, you don't have the app, so this is what you can do. This is great for you because I hardly ever meet anybody who doesn't have the app. If you download the Uber app, either you got an iPhone or Android. You got it right here. Okay, so go to the App Store, you download the Uber app, and it'll say like there's a promotion section. Do you have a promo code? If you tell them that your promo code is Happy Hour NOLA, then you'll get a free ride for $20. Right there. Yeah. And John can show you how to do it. So that's it. So if you download the app, if you don't know what Uber is, then I actually living under a rock. But it's a ride sharing service.
Oh, I have the app.
You've already got it. Okay, so I don't know whether you can do it.
I've never used it, but
You've never used it? Well, you can delete it and download it again if you've never used it.
I don't get that fucked up anymore.
You don't have to get fucked up to take Uber.
He's the one drinking the beer too, right now.
I know. Taking shots.
You might be getting Uber
Just
out of it.
mezcal.
We have Happy's Running Club tonight, so I have to feel a little good before the run.
Ah, you got to have a few beers before you run. Yeah. I usually do acid.
we start there, we end there. 2 for 1 beer after.
John, you didn't realize like we signed up for it by being on the show today. We have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
When's the last time you went for how long is it?
Hey, it was 50 people at that bar. We'll have 100 to 150 people at this bar, so you can come in and you can promote your stuff.
Good
For
idea.
free.
Right. Good thinking. When's the last time you went for a run, Laura?
This morning, actually.
How far did
I
you
run
go?
at the NOAC every day. I ran 3 miles this morning.
That's a long way.
Yeah.
How often do you do that?
I try to run every single day, to be honest with you. I have plantar fasciitis in my left foot, though, so.
Right, that's a
I'm
good
probably
name for you.
I'm probably
That's a good
pronouncing
name
that
for John's next album.
Yeah,
Plantar fasciitis in my left foot. And how do you get rid of that? You run?
Well, no, you're not supposed. Like, it's you're not to, they don't say don't run, but you have to, like, you're supposed to ice your foot, roll the foot out. You should never wear anything but tennis shoes, which is why I'm wearing tennis shoes with this dress. I can't wear,
Okay.
like, heels or anything cute anymore. If I do, then I literally look like a baby giraffe. Like,
That's
stumbling
cute. Baby
around.
giraffes are nice.
Yeah,
So,
maybe.
but you're a bartender, right? So you're on your feet all,
All the time, yeah.
You're the bartender at the Ace.
Yeah, so the Ace Lobby Bar. So we have 3 bars there. I'm at the Lobby Bar.
The Ace is the hippest place in New Orleans,
I think it is pretty hip.
apparently.
I love it.
How did you get hired there? Do you have to be a certain hip
Well, to be honest with you, they
shallow vagina? or
yes,
requirement?
that was
They
on
asked
my
you.
resume.
Okay.
No, they're an amazing company. I mean, I have to say, I've worked a lot of service industry jobs in New Orleans, everything from independent contractor to management, and the Ace Hotel is very different. You feel like they're from the Pacific Northwest, which they are, the way they treat their employees.
What is that?
Well, the Pacific Northwest, or the way they treat
Oh,
their
well, start with the way they treat their employees.
Well, like, for instance,
it?
I am a bartender. I work full time, and I have health insurance not only for myself, but for my partner, who I'm not married to, and my son.
That's good.
And I have paid time off, which is insane.
Okay, so now we've figured it out. That's why.
Yeah, it's insane.
that's why Andy is
And
still
they're-
with you.
Exactly, that
The
is.
health
We know
benefits.
it's Humana.
It's not just your ass; it's humanity.
It is Humana. But they do a really rigorous interview process. Like when I was interviewed for ACE, I was interviewed by 7 different people because they really want to learn who you are as an individual and whether or not they like you as an individual, because they don't try to change you at all. Like, once they like you and they feel like you have the type of attitude, or at least, you can do the job to some respect, then when you come in, they just say, be yourself, be who you are. Like, we don't have a manual that says, like, you have to treat every guest this way. We don't have a uniform. There are a lot of things that make it very different. So I know a lot of people come across and say, oh, it's hipster central, or it's, which makes me feel good because I'm 37 years old. And personally, you want to call me a hipster, I will take it. You want to cat call me? Please. 37?
Okay. You like being
Yes.
catcalled. Really, most women object to that, apparently.
No. Well, wait till they're 37 and they got
Right.
crow's feet.
And plantar fasciitis on their left
Exactly,
foot.
they can't wear high heels anymore.
Right.
Then you're just begging. I just walk past construction zones to feel better about
Just
myself.
hoping for someone to catcall you.
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
There's a bunch of yuppies that say it's a hipster place, and the yuppies are still there.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's a wonderful place. So I never worked a job where I've cared as much for my fellow employees as I do at this
that's
job.
nice.
I really do love
What's
them.
it? What was it called before it was the Ace?
No, it wasn't anything for a really long time. The building was closed.
Where is it?
It is at 600 Carondelet Street, and it was actually originally a furniture store years and years and years ago. And it was one of the first ones that utilized the actual showroom idea for furniture stores. And then it closed for quite some time, and before Katrina it was used for office space. And then I believe it closed in 2004 and was not utilized until Ace kind of came in and redid it.
So where is it? Carondelet and what?
It's at Carondelet, 1 block off of Poitiers Street, and it's
the uptown side.
Yep, on the uptown side, very close to the Rouses, very close to all what they're calling now. I call it the CBD because I'm old school, but it's called the South Market District now.
Oh, that's South Market.
It is South Market District, and that area really is blowing up. It's insane. They have a lot.
Rouse's.
The Rouses is the market. Yes, I've never really thought about
There's
that.
like a development down there called South Market.
Absolutely, and so they have a lot of really cool new places. In fact, another place that just opened around the corner, right next to Willa Jeans, is a new restaurant that does sandwiches called Part and Parcel, and they're really great people. They've been doing their pop-up. My partner is an owner and manager of the Voodoo Lounge in the French Quarter. And
This is Andy.
Andy, yes.
Okay.
And they've been doing their pop-up out on Rampart Street in the midst of that disaster. If you guys have been down there, it's been a mess. Selling their sandwiches, working really hard to get their brick and mortar, and they just recently opened in the last 2 weeks, and so it's a really lovely place too. I always have to give them a shout out.
Part and Parcel.
Part and Parcel.
And what
Really-
sandwich have you had there that you like?
Oh man, I've had them all, to be honest with you. But I really like, there's one called the Kevin, which is basically like a fancy grilled cheese, but not fancy bougie, like fancy, like really like quality ingredients. There's another one that's, I don't know the name of it, but it has meatballs on it. That's the one that I hadn't had.
Probably the meatball sandwich.
Might be called meatball. Maybe so. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe if it's called, the other one's called Kevin, maybe, I don't know.
It might be called
Jennifer?
Yeah, maybe so.
Something
But
like
that
that.
one's all of them are
Okay.
very good though. Yeah.
So we shouldn't feel intimidated to go into the Ace if we're not hipsters like you know.
Absolutely not.
You probably get away with it, I think, Mark. Have
He's
you been
been
in
there.
I've been fighting.
Yeah. Did you recognize him from there?
No, but I might have served him a cocktail. I worked mostly day shift. I really love the day shift because I get a lot of the
Alcohol.
yes, and the lawyers, which are also
that's
alcoholics.
interesting. Who's drinking in the daytime down? I mean, it is New Orleans after all,
Right.
but who's drinking in the daytime in the lobby of a hotel?
You know, a lot of people that are staying at the hotel, what I love to do is, because I'm from here and I really do love New Orleans, I love to be like, hey, how long are you in town? What do you want to do? What are you into? And then I kind of give them a list. And then they usually come back the next day and tell me what they've done. And then we say, okay, well, what do you want to do next? And so that's what I love to do, is to tell people. I like to boss people around to get
Do you?
paid to do it.
Nice. But how many people are drinking during the day in the
Quite
lobby
a
of a
few,
hotel?
quite a few. I mean, honestly, like it's pretty surprising. And I mean, just look at the Monteleone, look at the Carousel Lounge. You can almost never get a seat at that bar. I don't care what
I
time
don't
you
go there during the day. Is that right?
Oh yeah, it opens at 11 a.m. and you show up at 11:30, and it's still hard to get a seat at the Carousel Lounge. You know, so hopefully one day
These are
lobby
all,
bars like
but
that.
they're tourists, right?
Well, the good thing about Ace, well, I shouldn't say the good thing, that kind of has a negative connotation, but I would say that it's half and half. I get a lot of locals that come into the Ace because it is, the location of it, like I said, it's by a lot of the law firms, a lot of the downtown businesses. So people are working in their offices. We do serve food there. So they'll come over and have lunch, or they'll come over and have a beer. We have an amazing happy hour from 3 to 6. $4 draft beers, $5 glasses of wine. We do a $5 cocktail every day, and it's like something really fancy. So
Okay, this is
yeah.
sounding pretty good. What about music? Is there music over there?
Yeah, there's music.
Can we put John on the piano?
Absolutely, you should get in touch with them over there because there's music constantly. They have a piano in the lobby, and anybody who can play it, I always say, please play the piano, which is awesome. And
You
some
go
of my
and do Quando, 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 and
and they
Fly Me to the Moon.
exactly.
Girl from Ipanema.
I will tip you in booze. And then also they have a event, like not really an event space, but opening into the lobby is a separate area called Three Keys, where they have them. They can close the doors and it can be private up to 150 people, but they can also open the doors where it opens into the lobby. And they have music there almost every night and everything that you can imagine. So in most of the shows, I would say 95% of the shows are free. So it's really, really, really nice. They try to get a lot of local musicians in there. So you should
Do
definitely.
they?
come.
Because I can say you put a band like your band, like like John Burr's band, the place would be packed out. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah, but I mean, do they want it to be packed out? Like,
No, they do. And I mean,
do?
it's almost
But you want it to be sort of.
it's almost annoying at times, like because I love, like, I would have to say that the Ace Hotel is one of the few jobs that I've had that I actually go there a lot when I'm not working. I've actually stayed at the hotel. I enjoy it that much that I will go to my workplace when I'm not working, and sometimes I personally get annoyed because it's so crowded, and I'm just like, man, I just wanted to come in and have a drink and relax, and there's so many people having fun, which, obviously I shouldn't be annoyed with. But when I'm drunk, I think the world revolves around me. Anybody else? feel
How many
like that?
how many drinks have you had today?
1.5. Well, actually, no. I started drinking at 10 a.m. because
Nice, okay.
we did a training at the bar today. So we do, we almost continuing education, honestly, for our
You're the
bartenders.
kind of person we need to hang around more.
Yeah. So I actually have a picture. Wait, I'll show you guys a picture.
Okay.
Of all the cocktails.
While
we have
you're
on.
finding that, I'm going to tell you about Basic Swim and Gym. You know about Basic Swim and Gym? You get a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes with style. You should know about this, Mark.
Where's that at?
It's on Magazine Street, right across the street from Basics underneath the lingerie store.
I'll bring my girlfriend.
Yeah, check it out. You can also get bikinis, one piece, cover-ups. Hey, do you have a
This
cover-up?
morning we were.
Laura, do you have a cover-up?
I don't ever use a cover.
You can get one at Basic Swim and Gym. What is that? All
That's what she was drinking at 10 o'clock. That was breakfast.
Oh
Yeah,
my
look at all those
God, you're on a
cocktails.
roll. What is? You drank all those cocktails?
Well, I
It's
tried
like
them
a
all.
Sazerac, isn't it?
That's actually a Martinez. We were doing vodka and gin cocktails this morning. So of those, I would have to say my favorite was we did a gin gimlet, which was quite delicious.
When you say we do them, what does it mean? You're learning how to make them, or you're teaching people?
Well, actually, yeah, we going over them, trying different spirits. We did a blind tasting, so it was really interesting. They took 5 vodkas that we serve, and they had us taste them and write notes on them and rate them as to which were our favorite. And they did the same thing with gin, so that we could really, because so many of us are by brands. We think, oh, this is what I always like, but you're not really sure until you start to really taste them, at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So what's the best vodka that you tried?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. The funniest thing is unanimously, and there was 15 people of us in this tasting, the vodka we liked the best was the Svedka, which is our well vodka, which is $6 at our bar.
That's worth knowing.
Yeah.
Svedka, I've never heard of it.
And I'm probably going to break the hearts of a lot of ladies out there and some men too, but our least favorite as a group was Tito's. And I know that that's a very unpopular thing to say, and now I probably have an X on me.
Cheetos is the one that people order the most?
Oh, absolutely. People are just, they've bought into it. And it's interesting because it's won a bunch of awards, but as a group, as a blind tasting, I highly suggest people try it because I was surprised that I didn't care.
Svedka. How do we spell Svedka?
Svedka.
That's how I spelled it. I should get a prize for that. Right?
Absolutely.
Svedka vodka. I've never heard of Svedka
Is
vodka.
that Czech?
Is it a chick?
Czech.
Oh, Svedka is actually Swedish.
Swedish. Okay. So you drink, Mark, even though you're a workout guy, so you can burn off all these calories, no problem.
That's why I work out.
That's why you do it. So how much of a workout do you do? What do you actually do? What's your, if people ask you what you do, what do you say?
For a living,
Yeah.
I work out all day.
Just work out all day.
Basically.
Well, that's what I tell people. When you own a gym,
Yeah, I own 2 studios. One's in South Market District now, like a half a block from Part and Parcel.
Exactly.
yeah. And
So
it's
you can eat your sandwich and then go work it off.
And it's called higher power.
Yes.
Now, higher power technically means, I don't technically, I mean, usually people refer to that
Make
as
the
like
joke.
God or something, right?
I already made
So
the joke.
yeah.
Oh, you made the joke? Did I miss
I
that?
asked him earlier at the bar. I said, "So do you get a membership to AA when you join?"
Right, because over to a higher power. Why
So,
did
yeah.
you call it?
Because in yoga, it's a lot of times somebody's, cycling as well. The more focused that you are, and then we also feel that everybody can be a higher power to the community by giving back, and we do a lot of philanthropic stuff as well.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. What do you think? John, you enjoying it?
I like it.
Okay. So what do you do there? Other than, I mean, you can go to it's a regular gym or it has different stuff?
So we're all classes. It's what they call a boutique studio. You can pay a la carte, like per class. You can pay for a 5-pack, 10-pack. You can buy a membership. But you get specialized teachers. It's not like going to a big box gym and just going in there and sometimes getting a half-ass teacher, or sometimes just going and do it yourself and you don't motivate yourself or push yourself. And also bringing the mindfulness into it, where it's not just push and go and stuff like that, but bringing something that's a little bit more that you get whole mind-body experience.
Did you dream this up, this program?
Yes, me, business partner, and just it's grown, and evolved since we started it. And
But did you add the mindfulness aspect to it?
yes, the mindfulness was mostly me because I'm the yogi. My business partner is a cyclist. I'm a former triathlete as well and cyclist, but people need more than just the physical aspect of.
Well, what is the spiritual part of it?
But it doesn't really have to be spiritual. It just has to mean something to you. When you walk in there, you could be having the worst fucking day of your life, and the instructor could say 1 or 2 things and like totally change your outlook on what's going on. So, I think, besides doing that, we also build a community. So, like, a lot of other fitness places, they don't want you being like friends with the community that we're with. At our Mid-City studio, we have a 1,000 square foot lobby where we have couches and tables and stuff, and people just sit there and do work, or they hang out after. And
At the gym, and this is higher power. So there's 2 higher powers.
yes,
There's one-
Mid-City next to Mofo, and then in the Beacon in South Market District,
Yeah.
which is a new complex over there. We're the first retail inside this new building. We open up to Rampart. We're like Rampart and Gerard.
So who goes there? People in the Marin? Or the people drive there and park?
Kind of everywhere. I mean, so downtown is. Mid-City is more local. Lakeview, Metairie, Mid-City, Gentilly area, and some from like uptown as well. But downtown, a lot of people that live down there now, that work down there. Tons of commuters. They can go there before or after. We have 3 nice showers. We pay a lot of fucking rent, so
It's pretty expensive everywhere around New Orleans. Now.
yeah.
Yeah, so you got to get some people in there.
Right.
Okay, so what is the deal with, this is something you must know something about if you're into this sort of, not just physical side of it. How do someone like us, how do you get motivated to go? That's my biggest problem. Don't you find, John?
Well, I like to walk. I'm not a runner, but I love to walk. But when it gets to summertime and it's
Right.
8 o'clock in the morning, it's already feeling like 95 to 100 degrees outside, I just don't do it.
So
So I'll wait till October, I'll start walking again, but
you've got a very short window for exercise in New Orleans.
I'll go from October till about May.
Okay.
You know.
Not bad.
Festival season.
Festival season.
You're like a reverse
But
bear.
I mean, I don't really want. I mean, I walk for help, but it's more mental health than anything.
Absolutely.
What it gives me is just clears my head, think all my thoughts at the beginning of the day, kind of set my day in motion, and then I sleep so much better. And then
How far do you walk? Like 20 miles?
2 miles.
That's all you need to do. And you
Yeah.
clear your 2 miles will clear your head and give
It
you a
takes me
good night's
35,
sleep.
40 minutes. I listen to tunes when I'm doing it. It's just great. And then another thing I've been doing the last 3 or 4 years is having vocal coaching. And then part of that is learning yoga breathing is part of that. Which I'm not into yoga or anything, but like I understand how to breathe and things. And everything that he's saying all makes sense.
Trying to get something out of the plastic bag. What's in it? A card. Thanks. Higher Power First Class free. Free. Put the word free on it. Okay, we're definitely going to that. Thanks, Mark. What is this?
Look at this. Find your high. I'm sold.
So, what kind of drugs are you doing normally?
Well, no,
then, Laura?
the thing is that's great is this is so close to the Ace. You guys could go work out, then pick up a sandwich, and then come have a
go to my
cocktail.
gig. Then go to my
Yeah,
gig.
exactly. Then go to your gig. See, so it's like it's
Okay.
like a three-fer.
And it's all on the same block. I like this. Like I said, it says Higher Power Cycle Yoga. So it's a cycle based.
So we have 2 studios, cycling in one, and then yoga and TRX in the other studio.
Okay, so there's no like weights and all this stuff in your gym. It's a
So
different-
TRX is more like body weight type stuff. There are a little bit of weights, but it's not like a big gym where you're like people are throwing bars around and stuff like
Okay.
that.
So I can just go there one time. I don't have to buy a whole package. I can just do all like
Yeah.
that. It's just like, okay, I'm going to try it out. John, man, if you go. Let's do it. Lori's
I'm
going.
in.
I know she's
I'm
going
in.
for
Let's
sure.
do it.
If anything, there's a lot of girls in tight spandex,
Lululemon. Yeah. So if I'm a girl, can I get a deal on Lululemon as well? So you can get an ambassador. For
So we do have some apparel there that we sell that says "Find Your High" on it. Yes, go to Lululemon. Just tell them my name. I
Mention
don't know
my
if you'll
name.
get anything for it, but
Listen, I got a couple of things to bring up here. Do we have time for another song, John? Do you think? Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
you should do number 10.
Number 10.
Yeah, cocaine and chicken fricassee.
Well, that's a great
Now
combo.
that we're talking about yoga and health, and
Yeah.
go straight
There's
into
nothing
the
I like better than
That's
chicken
what I'm having for
fricassee.
dinner.
Which one? That's your
Cocaine and
both.
chicken.
Yeah.
Cocaine and-
Chicken fricassee. Yeah.
That's a funny combination. Can we do that, Chris?
Yeah,
Okay. Tell us about that. Oh, you want to tell us about that before or afterward?
I can go either way. You want to talk about it now?
Let's talk about the cocaine first and then the chicken fricassee after.
Well, you know, we play a lot of Monday nights. And down in the Midwest. And you get everybody and anybody showing up. From the tourists in the neighborhood to the addicts and the drug dealers. All of it. And pretty much, you know, and I'm kind of the same way when I'm getting tore up drinking, I just drink. I don't, particularly chicken fricassee. You know, people get like beyond their control, and they just want to get excited about things, you know. So there was a particular Monday night towards the end of the Pop Rose Club. We had some friends flew into town just to come see us play one more time. So we do our show, sit at the bar with them, and one of the known guys comes running up to me, sit with my friends, and comes and goes, right in the back of my head, my ear goes, and I'm like, huh? And he goes, come over there. I'm like, dude, just get away from me. Not tonight, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with this tonight. I'm like, friend, no way. And I just went off. Dude, get your fucking cocaine head from my fucking face. Get away from me. And he just stormed off. Came back in and like, you know what I do? All I want to do is order you some chicken fricassee. There's the song right there.
Okay. Okay, that's great. It's got the real New Orleans. This is like a real old school New Orleans. Neville Brothers.
Meters, no
Yeah.
John, all that.
Nice guy. Oh, off the new album, Rivers on Fire.
Cocaine.
Out now. Check Cocaine Chicken Fricassee song, and we can steal that music right now off the internet if we want to. Right? It's on Spotify and everything.
No, not yet. It'll be on Friday.
Yeah, by the time people listen to this,
It'll be up.
it'll be up. Yeah. That is great. Boy, it's really good to hear that. You don't hear people making stuff like this anymore.
I'm hoping that's like,
Deep, old-fashioned New
well,
Orleans.
for me, it's like, I'm a generation or two younger than that generation.
Right.
And when I look at the generations below me, the younger kids, it's more coming from the hip-hop influence than the church influence, which is not necessarily the influence that came from music I was. So I kind of feel like I'm the bridge in the gap, like that.
It's really cool. You can just about feel that you're a Tips or a Jazz Fest or something, right, when you hear that. Man, that is interesting to hear that stuff. Great.
Have you met my girl Robin Barnes?
Yes, I have.
She's having her first, I think, release this Saturday.
She's amazing.
Is she a friend of yours? Or?
A friend of mine.
She's not the woman you dated.
No,
No, that's a different.
she's engaged.
She is.
Yeah.
I saw that on Facebook.
Well, we all know that sometimes falls through.
Touche. I got to tell you one thing about Hangover Destroyer. Do you guys know about Hangover Destroyer? It's the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. If you go to the Hangover Destroyer website, agedestroyer.com, and you're at happy hour, in the coupon code, you'll get 30% off of Hangover Destroyer, and you can seize the door, and that could be good for you. Laura,
Absolutely.
because you're largely into business. Before we go, I did find this thing on the internet because I did like 3 minutes research, and I found your blog called Sluts Unlimited.
Yes. Slutsunlimited.me.
.me, slutsunlimited.me. And what made you, it's actually not too slutty at all. It doesn't have anything about the show, vagina.
Well, it does. I mean, if you start at the
Somewhere in there.
beginning, it starts from the beginning of me deciding to have my son. And I always just like the moniker Sluts Unlimited because I feel like it's reclaiming the word. For
Slut.
a lot of my life, people have called me a slut.
Is that right? What sort of people?
Pretty much everyone.
What does it mean? You like to fuck?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
There's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
absolutely, and that's the
I
thing.
applaud you for
I
taking
think that
the
you
word
should
back.
be unlimited in your options of what you do,
Right.
And so when I had started originally, I had chosen Sluts Unlimited before I decided to have a child, and it was funny because it became the name of my blog. I had registered that name a long time ago, and friends were always like, "Oh, now you write about your son. Maybe it shouldn't be Sluts Unlimited. Maybe you should call it, something else." I'm like what? Slutty Mom.
That's good too, actually. Is that taken?
I think if I put that, it comes up something very different on the internet, to be honest
That's
with
what
you.
surprised me. What Sluts Unlimited, actually, the writing is actually really good and really interesting.
Thank you so much.
I was expecting more of the sort of,
Smut.
slut, yeah. Oh, that's what I thought from the name.
Right. Well, it's funny because friends that love me and love my blog are like, I always feel bad when I'm on my work computer at school and I have to type in your address because I'm afraid I'm on a list somewhere. But
What sort of list?
well, they kind of flag stuff like that when you put, it's.
Who does?
I think they.
Hey, I think you're being a little paranoid there. I don't think there's any list of
No, actually, there
porno
are.
websites.
Well, no. There are. If you work in certain businesses, when I worked in an office, there are certain websites you just can't access.
You worked in an office.
I did.
What did you do?
For 7 years, I did disaster planning and recovery consulting. So, yeah.
Who for? Like the Shore Group or something?
I did it was for a small independent contracting company, and it was very lucrative. It was also extremely depressing. When you-
Disaster planning. I don't see why that would be depressing.
Now I do disaster planning in a completely different
Yeah,
way
right,
as a
yeah.
bartender. It's much smaller disasters.
Personal
It
disasters,
is.
rather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you just have to listen to a lot of people complaining at the bar?
No, actually,
You're not that kind of bar without crying as they do.
no, I've worked at bars, and I've been that person that complains at the bar over things, so I have empathy for that. But for the most part, most people are usually in a pretty good mood, so I take it all, though, whatever it is.
And so we can go and read. You guys might want to read this blog, Sluts Unlimited. It's actually very interesting. I read the one about going to a medium. I read a couple of them actually, but this was pretty good.
Thank you.
This is what it said. It said, I went to see a medium, and Laurie wrote, I wondered if any of my relatives would bitch at me for choosing to cremate them and keeping all their ashes in my closet. In my defense, it's a beautiful walk-in closet.
But I do have all of their ashes in my closet.
So you made the single-handed decision to cremate people.
I did. You know, my mother was very Catholic and did not.
Did she say anything at the meeting? That's a good
Well,
question.
no, yeah, they all came through. It was pretty intense, to be honest with you. But I think that I was worried about the cremation more than anything. But I found that when I went to this medium, who was amazing, if anybody needs a medium, I have a contact for you, that it was really interesting.
We're not psychic, so is it?
Well, I have to pull the card out because I don't.
I don't remember her name? Oh, okay. Well, we'll put a link to it on our site.
Yeah, but she was fantastic, and it was interesting because all the people who came through, they were all like still dealing with the shit that was going on when they died, and it really was talk about higher power, right? It really tells you that you gotta let shit go because like right now, like what are the things I'm worried about? Like, am I a good mom? I have cellulite. I need to run more. Like these are the things that run through my mind. You know, like I owe a lot of money. I owe a lot of money into my parents. So if anybody needs any favors,
we don't think anything less of you.
Right, but like if I were to die right now, I'm afraid like my ghost would be like caught in this constant web of being like, this is what I'm worried about. And
So
it's-
are you suggesting that after we die, this is what you learned from the
Yeah, like
meeting,
they
that
were
your
still-
family is still obsessed with the problems they had on Earth? Because that would be very depressing.
Yes, and that's why I was super depressed afterwards. I was super depressed. I went into like this existential crisis mode where I was like, holy shit, is this what fucking happens after you die? You're just fucking stuck in this, excuse me, in this situation where you're just like, you're worried about the stuff that doesn't even matter. Like my dead relatives were just like bitching about shit that literally doesn't even matter to me. And it was very personal, so I mean, I have to say,
Wasn't stuff the psychic or the medium could have
no,
looked up on the internet?
not at all. I was very interested in that because I do have a lot of stuff on the internet, but it was some really very detailed stuff. And
But this
so
is all true then. This person is communicating with.
she's definitely sensing some kind of energy and getting something because there were things that, like I said, like I'm a very skeptical person. I really am.
Well, could she be reading your mind and you're still worrying about all this crap on behalf of?
Fuck no. Like, excuse my
All right.
language. No. But there were things that she brought up that I hadn't even thought of that I'm just like, and I even said to her, I was like, can you just tell them not to worry about this anymore? She's like, well, you know, she's very religious, honestly. And she's like, well, you can pray for them. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, well, they're fucked because I'm not going to be able to
So
do
the
all
whole
that.
of the afterlife is filled with people worrying
About
shit.
so the rule of this is
It's
what
not
we
a
can
good
learn
day
about
now.
this is you go to higher power, you take some yoga, you learn how to let things go, you learn how to only focus your energy on the shit that really matters, and know that at the end of the day it's all kind of just a joke. We're only here for a limited amount of time. We should enjoy our lives.
Your medium was an African American with dreadlocks and named after a cushion.
No, she was not. She was not. I will give it.
Want to have a stab, John?
Because it's like,
Out of you.
I think that's probably a good place to leave it.
yeah, there we go.
It's not, everything's just a joke and it's not worth taking anything serious.
It isn't. It really isn't. You gotta love everybody.
Okay. And
That
that's
was
it.
a ghost reference.
Ditto.
Oh, that was from the movie Ghost. Oh, yeah, right.
Named after a cushion.
What was that? Whoopee.
There you go.
Hey, you guys, thanks for being here for
Thank you.
John, we didn't even get on to talking about the reason that no one's ever heard you on Happy Hour before.
Oh, right.
We did a whole show with John once before, and we had to can the whole thing because we had technical problems.
Oh.
So,
Well, this is exciting then.
yes.
We're working fine. It's going to make it.
Let's hope. Keep
My
your fingers
debut.
crossed. Yeah.
Still my debut.
Yeah, this is still your debut on Happy Hour. Thank you so much, Papa John Coppersgrove, for joining us. And the new album is called Rivers on Fire. It's available wherever good music is streamed or stolen, or on your website, I assume, which is a link to on our website, it's neworleans.com. Thanks too to Mark Berger for being here.
Thank
You
you.
can find Mark Berger, a link to him on our website, or go to Higher Power. Check that out. It's a place where you can cycle and yoga and feel better about yourself. And look how good you can look as well.
Absolutely.
And Laurie Tipton, thanks for joining us. We can find you at in the lobby of the Ace Hotel
Absolutely.
or on slutsunlimited.me. Thanks everybody, that's our show, which today has been produced by Alison Moon and Bram DePonte. Our technical producer is Chris Kehoe and our music director is Christian Unruh. Our pseudo intern is Asher Griffith, who's done an awesome job of putting this on Facebook Live today. Thank you, pseudo intern. Nice job. Our theme music was written by and is currently being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on our show, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com. You can check out many other hours of Happy Hour, plus some other shows we make here. Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace. True to the Game with the very funny Chris True. Midnight Menu plus one with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canata. Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker. Milo's Music Power with Kim Vu, and the podcast about death, called Death, the podcast, with psychologist Dr. Arian Alfant. Questions from the Waiting Room with psychiatrist Nick Pajic, and the weirdest podcast you've ever heard, Psych Ward with Dr. Ross. Check them all out on itsneworleans.com. You can also find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and also itsbatonrouge.la. You can keep up with us on Facebook and on Twitter and a bunch of other time-sucking social media as well. And all of it we call It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our website and Facebook page. These photos are taken by Allison Moon. If you listen to this show on some podcast app, thank you so much for subscribing to us. Take a moment to do this if you can. Rate and review us. That helps other people find us, which is very kind of you. Our show is recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street, Uptown New Orleans, where they have a 3-hour happy hour every day from 3 to 6, and a great brunch on the weekends as well. Happy hours of production at INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. Andrew Duhon is back next week. In the meantime, from everybody around here at Wayfair and back at our office at INO Broadcasting, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Grant Morris. I'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour. Stop. Okay.